So what's up guys? Hello, I'm Christian Medalliadas. Today I'm gonna teach you on how to install Jenkins in Docker. So remember that we have some prerequisites first before hopping on installing Jenkins. So it will work on the way possible that we want to. First is we should have Docker desktop already installed. So it's already we also have a video for that for Docker desktop on how to install it in our system. So for now, make sure also to also have Java downloaded in our system. So you can go into this website. I'm just gonna put also in the description this one. And then after that, we are good to go already. So let's start right now on how to install or download Jenkins. So in our case, we're gonna install it in Docker. So first, we're gonna go to the documentation, click on installing Jenkins. Then, as you can see in the sidebar, they have some options on how to install Jenkins. We can have Kubernetes, Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. But in our case, we're gonna use Docker for this one. So just click Docker, and in this documentation, it's already included the prerequisites such as the hardware requirements and such software requirements. As you can see, Java, C Java requirement page. So it also has on how to download Docker that has Mac OS and Linux, and it also has on Windows. So in this case, I found this documentation a more text tech savvy or too much text for me. So I found a GitHub repo and also clone this repo for my documentation. So I found this on how to install Jenkins. So I'm just also gonna put the GitHub repo link for this one. So overview of this, it has on how to install, create the network, run the container. It is more on like this one, but I just customize it the way I want it. So for the first one, you're just gonna go to the file explorer first, and you can create a folder on every path or any path that you want. In my case, I'm just gonna put in the desktop and name it as Jenkins. Then just click on code and get the repo link. So remember that. Then after that, go again to the file manager, then click on open in terminal. Then if you're already in the folder, you can just git clone, then paste the link that we copied, and it will clone into Docker already. So when we ls, as you can see, it created already a folder Jenkins Docker. So we just gonna go and cd there. We are already in the folder. After that, we can close this one now and go to the installation. As you can see, there's a Docker build here. Just copy this one. Make sure to also copy the period. It is important for this one. And there you go, and paste it. Then just click enter. So in our case, it will take a bit shorter, but because I already installed it and I just reinstall it for the purpose of the video. So in this case, it is already building. Then next is we just need to create the network Jenkins. So in my case, I think I already have this network. So as you can see, we can go Docker network, then ls. You can see it has this network ID already and the name Jenkins. So that is what we already run. Then next is we can run already the container. So if you're using Mac OS or Linux, you can copy this one. And if you're using Windows, we're gonna use this one. So in my case, I'm using Windows. We copy this one and just paste it anyway in here and click enter. So you can see it already give us such random numbers or letters also. And when you go to the container or the Docker desktop, it already has this container. So to give also an overview, let's just maximize this one. We Docker run with the name Jenkins Blue Ocean, which is in this one also with this name Jenkins Blue Ocean for the container. And the network Jenkins, which we found in the build last night in the first command. You can see it disconnecting on the network ID. So more of it. We can now type docker ps to how to uh, access Jenkins. So as you can see, it is on port 8080. We just gonna go to a browser, then type localhost 8080. So as you can see, after accessing localhost 8080, we need to unlock Jenkins in our site. So it's also in the documentation on how we should get the password for it. So just copy this one and then just go again to the browser. Let's clear this one for it. Then just paste this one and we will come up with this password. Then we go to this one again and just paste the password that it gives. Just click continue and it will be hopping on these messages. So it will customize Jenkins. We can install suggested plugin and select plugins to install. So in our case first, we're just gonna install suggested plugin because we are new for this one. So it will just take some time on installing this because it will install other plugins such as Gradle, pipelines, and it will also install Git plugins for this one. So we're just gonna fast forward uh, to finish this one to make your life easier. So after that one, it will hop on this one after the installations on the plugins. We're just gonna create our first admin user. In my case, it will be personal preference on how I will name this one. You can just call it admin 123. And there you go. We just type our full name and our email address. Then click on save and continue. So we'll just make it on default, but if uh, in your unit you're using 8080 for such development, you can change the Jenkins URL for this one. And after that, just save and finish, and Jenkins is already ready. Then after that, just press start using Jenkins. So a quick overview on Jenkins, it provides on new items, the build history, and manage Jenkins. So we will be using more on the new items. So as you can see, you can create the freestyle project, the pipeline, and other such. So we also have managed Jenkins. As you can see, there you go. There's a champ error. We will use some cloud or nodes or install a plugin. So that's more on it on how to install Jenkins. Maybe in the future we will teach you on how to run your first pipeline if ever in this one. So I hope you learned something from this video and thank you.